Hi and welcome to Supernova Geckos. For my first video I thought I'd do a proper introduction of all of my geckos, so without further ado, here are all 7 of my leopard geckos. So this is Nova, our first leopard gecko that we ever got. She's an electric bandit, she's just turned 1 and she is temporarily moved onto paper towels due to her becoming stressed after her brumation. She lives in a simple environment due to this. She does, however, love to climb, hunt, just like any other gecko. She is very active and loves to play and hide and seek. And she is very curious for a leopard gecko of her age. We are currently upgrading a viv for her and hope that she will take to it quite well after we move her from the smaller tank into the bigger tank to make her a bit happier. So yeah, this is her. So this is Kepler. He is a hypo leopard gecko, around about 7 months old. He was our second gecko that we got, and we got him by a total accident, but we are glad that he came to us nonetheless. Originally we did actually order a different hypo, and we got him by an accident because the shop made a mistake. But he is a really amazing character. He's very jumpy and he always loves to try and escape his viv when it does open. He's a huge climber and loves to play hide and seek with her once again, just like Nova. He does get rather excited easily, and when food is offered, he does either run for it or he just totally ignores it altogether. And just like Nova's, his environment is simple, apart from the fact that we do use eco earth with him. Now, this is great for him as he is a massive digger and he will just dig constantly all day and night. He actually gives us a lot of issues due to him digging, as we have to clean out his water bowl around about 2 times a day because of this, because he gets it just so messy. So yeah, this is our little troublemaker, Kepler. This is Cassiopeia, but we do call her Cassie for short. She is a super hypo tangerine and she was one of our first rescue leopard geckos. She did come to us with a stuck shed. She was extremely underweight, extremely dehydrated, with a huge fear of people. She did actually bite one of us when she did come here out of fear. But she has been with us for the past 4 months and she has celebrated her first birthday with us. She has made an amazing recovery with us, and although she is missing a few toes, due to obviously her being a rescue and her being in such awful conditions before she came to us, she has lost toes due to this. But nonetheless, she does still try to climb, just like her unbiological sister Nova. She is an extremely happy gecko and just loves to have a wander around, and she is very curious. Now, we have just recently put her into this wooden viv that we did make from a shelf. This is actually the one where Nova will be going in as soon as we put the second shelf in, as this is going to act as a 2 viv sort of thing, like a one on top, one on the bottom. But just like I say, you wouldn't have even recognized her if I showed you a picture of what she came to us like. She has made an amazing recovery and I'm so happy that she has, because we were fearful that she wouldn't actually make it, but she has. She's still here and she's still wandering around being her adorable little self, just like always. She is our oldest female out of the lot. So yeah, this is Cassiopeia. This is Beetlegeist. He is one of our youngest geckos that we've got. Well, youngest male geckos that we've got. He is a super raptor, and due to this he is partially blind. because of his red eyes. He does tend to walk into stuff in his tank during the daylight, as this also affects his aim for his food, so he mostly has to be fed with tongs or even by hand most of the time. But he does get aggressive when food is offered, which just makes him even more adorable. We did get him at the beginning of February this year, so he is one of our most recent geckos. He does, however, have a little balance issue where every now and then when he walks too fast he will miss a step and fall on himself, but he does make quite a recovery and just kind of potters on again. He is very curious, he gets excited, and he does have a very simple tank, but we are just trying to find the best sort of environment for him, due to obviously him being like this during the day. He does try to come out during the day, which just makes it very awkward for him, and he does have to close his eyes, so he's wandering around with his eyes closed, and we can only get him out during the night time or during midday when the sun goes down a little bit more. So this is our little man, Beetlegeist. So yep, this is him. So our next two is Halley and Comet. As you can guess, they are named after Halley's Comet. They are unbiological sisters that are housed together, which means that they are not of the same genetics inside of them. Halley is a albino, and she is the older one of the two, and Comet is our baby of the lot, and she is a striped, but we do believe that she has other genetics within her. The shop that we got her from did state that there was more genetics within her, but he didn't know himself of what was inside of her. So we'll just have to wait until she gets older so we can see if she does have anything in her, or if she doesn't, or if she is just a simple striped leopard gecko. With them being young, they are housed together, and it is really easy to keep two leopard geckos that are not from the same litter but can be brought together and housed together if they are the same, around about the same age. They do get fed separately, so we will take one out of the tank and put it in a different tank, and we will feed them separately, just like all of the rest of our leopard geckos. They do have a set food time where we will either give them mealworms, a certain amount of mealworms, and crickets on one occasion. All our leopard geckos eat perfectly well this way. They always have water stocked up in their environment, but the food bowls are kept out, so they still have a lot more space to explore and run. So the setup that we do have our two girls in isn't so simple, but it is kind of still a simple environment. They have obviously the bark so they can climb, leaves so they can hide. They've got the two hides that they do have, but just the same as all of the rest of our leopard geckos, we do manually put a humid hide inside of the vivarium when it is time for them to shed. Now we do know when all of our leopard geckos shed, so that is not a problem that you have to worry about. We do time them, and we do know when they do shed, as there are patterns to it. None of our geckos have issues with shedding, apart from Cassie every now and then when she does have issues with her toes, but she still does it fair enough. So yes, these are our two youngest little girls, Halley and Comet. Here they are. Finally, this is Apollo. He is our oldest leopard gecko that we have. He is 3 years old, or around about 3 years old. He is a wild type, and he is our other rescued leopard gecko. Now, he came to us about a month ago, and his personality has blossomed since we got him. We got him off a friend of mine who messaged us about someone not caring for them anymore, or probably. And within the 24 hours, he was at his new home in our care, and he is a huge explorer. He is very curious over everything. He is constantly peeping his head out of his home like he's doing now. And whenever you go up to the cage, he is always there with such a happy smile, just looking at you and just wanting to interact with you. He is an extremely happy gecko. So I don't know why someone would want to get rid of him, but I'm happy they did, because now I have a very adorable new gecko that is a part of our family now. So this is Apollo. He is our beautiful little rescue. Here he is.